Welcome to the Queer Edge with Jett, the show that believes that Jesus died for all of our sins, so why not in hell just take advantage of it? Listen, I have a little story to tell you about love and betrayal in the White House. A story about a man, none other than Jeff Gannon. Jeff Gannon, the hairless hottie who infiltrated the White House press corps from 03 to 05 to ask patty cake questions of George Bush and company. Yes, it's true. A gay male prostitute. A gay male prostitute helping out the White House press secretary. What is that all about? Please. No one seemed to know much about him. So I asked Jeff Gannon myself. And as he rolled over, removed his condom, and shook it out, he said to me, "They use me." And so I say to you, George Bush, I know you're watching, George Bush. How could you, George Bush, how could you lure an impressionable young, okay, if not young, at least immature, conservative lapdog into such a tangled web? What sort of chicken hawks are running your operation over there? He believed in you, George, and you threw him away like an abused cucumber at a nun's convention. I cradled his sobbing muscles, his muscle-bound body in my arms, and I gently told him that's just the way Republicans are. I told him about the time that Newt Gingrich left me in a leather bar without a way home. Yeah. They don't respect us. In fact, I think they have it in writing. If I'm not mistaken, it's like right there in that contract with America, stuck in between the smaller government and the mandatory worship of the Lord Jesus Christ, somewhere in there. Yeah, gay patriots are to be treated like Ubangi tribesmen on a safari. Jeff wiped his eyes and he said it wasn't fair. I agree. He said a $1,200 top shouldn't be made to feel like a 2-bit bottom. It was getting late at this time, so I kept listening, but I really started getting him back into his sailor outfit and telling him how right he was while I buckled his shoes. Telling him that Daddy Jack will never kick him out. And while I stuffed some cash into his pocket and kind of like steered him towards the door, the poor little lamb said he's going to write about me in his blog. And we pretend laughed. About it being a blog cabin Republican. And then I shoved him out the door and bolted it. And now I say to you, Jeff, you deserve better than a Republican quickie. You are a queer crusader, a bald eagle of earnestness. Yes, and someday you will get what you deserve and not just what you've agreed to be paid. Yes, on our show tonight, unfortunately, we do not have any right-wing male hookers for your viewing pleasure. We do have Jackie Inks with some news from the edge. We also have the Barbarellas, who are far more sexier than any Jeff Gannon. My special guest co-host is none other than a lady who has far too much class to be on this show. I'm talking about Kim Coles is here. Tony Award-winning actor, writer, director, and now an entrepreneur. Wow, this is really cool. I don't know how he agreed to be on this show. Mr. Alan Cumming, the becoming Mr. Alan Cumming is here with us. So, we also have, and this, I love this guy, he's been on the show before, a man with a fetish to be trampled on.
It's like
a man with a fetish to be trampled on.
reality.
Think about it. Mr. Matt Trample is with us tonight. And the band that's been rocking us all week long, the truly perverted Desperation Squad.
Vodka.
As we queer edgers truly believe, if it ain't broke, then please freaking break it. Cause I gotta tell you this. Cause Daddy's gotta tell you this. We queer edgers, we are a go.
What are you doing right now? your reality? Make it up. Vodka martini. 2 olives. This is my reality. What's yours? What's yours? What's yours?
Hey guys, welcome to the Queer Edge. It's Tuesday. Hi. Did you know the Lord Jesus Christ loves you? Please accept Him as your personal Savior. Are you freaking out now thinking, oh my God, I turned the wrong channel? And there's Pat Robertson looking like a Nelly Queen. And not that he doesn't normally look like a Nelly Queen to me, but that's, okay, you can back up now. You can back, there we go. I love you, I love you. We have a really incredible show tonight. More and more incredible than usually it is. And usually I BS you all the time about how incredible it is. But I want to tell you this, Kim Coles is here. And that chick is funny. Don't you think, Jackie? She's a funny chick. Last night, and brave, how brave. Oh my God, last night she came out as a black woman. She freely admitted to the entire viewing audience that she is black. All comics should be this funny. All women should be this funny. And all women should be this gorgeous. All co-hosts. This co-host, please welcome back a resident superstar, the lady, Miss Kim Coles. A charming mulatto, I like that. Welcome to the show. Have some tortillas.
Oh, yum.
Don't ask me what they're for. They're just on my desk.
Are they for eating or
I think they might be for tossing at the band when we get a little disturbed.
They're a little rubbery.
Yeah. Hey, Kim Coles.
Yes.
I'm so excited to have you back. I'm actually amazed that you came back
Well,
tonight.
you know, I'm a glutton for punishment.
There was a period.
And you know I'm here.
Yeah, there was a period. Was there a period where you thought you went home and said, "Mama, I don't know about them homos"?
I took off the lashes and I gave myself pause. Gave myself a facial and I said, I've got to go back. I've got to try it again.
And that's what
I'm going back in. I'm staying the course.
You're a trooper. Oh my God, are you ever a trooper? I went home last night and I was going to, I thought it was that time of the year to give myself some self-inventory. You take self-inventory.
Yes.
But instead I chose to masturbate.
Oh,
and
that's much better than self-inventory.
Yeah, I really did. I found it to be, I kind of combined them both. And at the end of the whole thing, I thought, good deal, Jack.
And you got yourself a little focus?
Got myself a little focus.
A little treat at the end of it. I like that. I'm going to try that tonight myself.
Okay.
Let's see if I come back tomorrow.
There we go. Here's the thing, Kim Coles. You, at one time, I always love reading what celebrities did when they were non-celebrities. And you were a receptionist at a law firm.
I was.
Now, for the life of me, I cannot imagine you. Look at this. Get a picture of this. Kim Coles sitting at a receptionist desk that guys would walk. Tell me how you would pick up the phone. Tell me how you pick up the phone.
Good morning, Schwab. Hold on. Get it. Good morning, Schwab Price. What are their names? Schwab Price. Oh, I've forgotten all of them.
Just a list of
Schwab,
several
Price,
Jews. Just list of
Cantor
several.
and Janae. Hello, Schwab Price, Cantor and Janae.
Yes, hi. Could I speak with Mr. Schwab, please?
Hold, please.
Hey, wait a second.
Yes, hello?
You sound hot. What are you wearing right now?
Oh, just a moment. I'll be right with you. Mr. Schwab, we have Pervert, your son, on 9-1. Yeah, I'll get rid of him. Yeah, I'll get rid of him. Hello?
Hey, again,
Mr. Schwab is unavailable. Okay, good. Time to get back.
Let's get serious now. Which is, put on your serious face.
Yes, and I'm lining up the tortillas.
Lining up the tortillas because it's news from the edge.
Oh, yes, Jackie.
Time to get very serious with news from the edge from the lady who knows it all. She's been there. She's done it all. She's done it all as a dude. She's done it all as a chick. And now she's doing it all for you. Queer Edge news from the Edge Jackie Inks.
Thank you, Jack. One of these days I will, I swear, get used to that. Madonna, who at one time was perhaps the most worrisome entertainer for all parents trying to raise their children correctly, is now one of those worrying moms herself. The Lady M recently told Harper's and Queen's magazine that she's the disciplinarian of the family, and if her kids act up, they get their movie and stories before bed taken away. You may find it interesting that there is no cable television in the home at all. Madonna calls all TV shows trash and says she pre-screens all the movies her children are allowed to watch. When asked about other media, she said no magazines and no newspapers come in to the Lady M household. When the children were asked what they like best, they quickly answered, going to Grandma's house. We here on The Edge understand national security, but we also are sympathetic that some people have finally just had enough. Phyllis Dittenfoss, she's a 63-year-old retired woman living in Wisconsin. She recently responded to what she thought was an inappropriate airport search by grabbing the screener's breasts, the way she claimed hers had just been grabbed. The woman latched on tight, looked her female screener right in the eyes, and said, "How would you like it if I did that to you?" The former, now retired schoolteacher was apprehended, and she received a $2,000 fine, a year of probation, and community service to go along with it. You know, all that being said, we here on The Edge sometimes feel confident there is a bright side. Where would we all be if the screener had been in the middle of a cavity search? And finally tonight, news from up on the Hill. Last Wednesday, the U.S. House voted down a bill that would have exempted bloggers from court-mandated rules to govern political speech on the internet. This is important. Part of the bill was based around campaign finance laws, which is an angle, and this is where it gets really interesting. The vote was 225 to 182, with some politicians now claiming blogs and emails about politics are the equivalent of campaign ads, and therefore should be looked upon as a campaign contribution. The opponents say this is just a simple attempt to kill free speech, and they made the accusation that these lawmakers are simply trying to slow down any criticism before these elections. The FCC is now able to move ahead with a court mandate about what can and cannot be posted on the net about politics. Now, we here on The Edge realize that we're not politicians, but we do have a question for you. Why do you think we call it free speech? I'm Jackie Inks. Lots more Queer Edge right after this. Jackie, Jett, Tim Cole, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Supporting him in a way that you and I know how.
We all know. I put that in the fund.
There you go.
He's ready. He's ready. Tom DeLay is ready.
And Tom, you also. Thank you so.
Could be.
We're like.
Okay. 64 pounds on Celebrity Fit Club. Okay. The first season, which was the best season. Thank you very much.
Okay. Now, who was on that season with you? Sassy.
She's just sassy. She goes beyond because there's sass and then there's ornery. What you doing? Why you breathing? I gotta breathe because there's air. I need the air.
Right. And would you remind her, by the way, honey, I'm not here trying to cause a ruckus with my I mean, not in. Yeah.
get Alan's intro for, there it is, right there. Can you point this to this goal? Did you show Alan?
It's like the fabulous fairy. Just go to.
To Queer Edge, you know, in the history of the Warped Tour, only 2 bands have ever been kicked off the tour bus. One of them was Sublime. The other one's here with us tonight. Please say hello to those scoundrels, Desperation Squad.
Roll the pennies, no love tango. Close by the Hotel Marengo. There's a taco truck. It's not a rainbow, just a taco truck. Taco truck. With all you got to butt. You got the choice of the basement labor or different tacos. Tacos. Across the street at Dan's Tacos. The menu includes desayunos, tamales, Guatemalan y Mexicano. Wow, Taco truck. It's not a restaurant, it's just a taco truck. Taco truck. If all you got to buck. Choice of the best, they were tacos. 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 If all you got to buck.
So, winning a Tony on Broadway wasn't the peak of this man's career. It was just the start. Please welcome actor, writer, director, and super hunk, Alan Cumming.
You know, that is a really hard act to follow.
I tell you,
Really, really tough
I don't have
act
any
to follow.
flower products to chuck.
Well, we've got, I think there's plenty more. If you're hungry for any, for an enchilada, let me know later. I'll
Okay.
fix you up to one.
Okay.
Hey, Alan Cumming, you're a big friggin' star. Do you know that? Am I the first one to tell you that? Is no one telling you that?
You know.
Yeah, okay. Okay, here, we want to talk about some things with you.
Yeah, sorry about
One of the things that we need to get out of the
Yes.
way right off the bat, you know, we are the Q Television Network. Last night, Kim Coles, the beautiful Kim Coles, yes, she came out as a black woman.
Yeah, I did. I
Yeah.
did. I
How
did.
was that for you?
Freeing.
Yeah, yeah.
Freeing.
Some of it she had not discussed with her family.
How did your parents take it?
Somehow they already knew.
No,
Yeah.
they always know that.
Yeah,
Did your mother know?
She
Mothers
knew
always
all along.
yeah, it was tough. But Alan, I want to give you an opportunity now.
Yes.
And I'll come over here to hold your hand.
Okay.
A lot of us suspect that you are Scottish. And I don't know. If I am getting, if you're
Did you clear
uncomfortable.
this with him first?
No, I didn't. Nor his publicist. I'm sure I'll get in trouble. But if you don't, do you not feel like talking about it? You don't. You want to keep it to yourself? Okay. You want to get it out, honey? Tell us. Say, I'm Alan.
I'm Alan Cumming, and I'm Scottish.
We love you. You know, you're probably the only one, but really, it doesn't really matter. You'll feel alone
I do
for the
feel
rest
so
of
much
your
better.
life.
I do.
Yeah, it's freeing, isn't it?
Yes, it's freeing.
Oh my God, we've accomplished so much.
I tell
Let's
ya.
just close the show. I think we just should close the show because we've really
Are
accomplished
there any
so
other
much.
people like me, though?
Yeah, I think people will still like you.
No, but-
You know, I've had some friends that have had friends that were Scottish.
Yeah.
You're the first one I've kind of come in contact with, so I'm not really sure.
It doesn't make me a bad person.
No, I don't think it makes you a bad person.
Some of my best friends are Scottish.
Really? Okay. All right.
Some people actually think you're just born that way. It's
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
really a
exactly.
choice, you
It's
know?
not-
Yeah. But can I tell
It's
you
just
a
not a
secret?
lifestyle choice.
Yeah, because I've had to come out with this. I'm from Texas. Ooh.
Stone him.
Yes, yes. Home of George Bush.
No. Do you know what my favourite saying in the whole world is from Texas?
What?
Well, there was this little lady she was the driver on a movie I was doing, and we were chatting a lot and everything in the mornings, you know, going to work, and I was having this terrible breakup with somebody or something, and I was like, oh, her name was Sissy, and I went, oh, Sissy, you know, I just wish that blah blah blah, and she went, Alan, if wishes were fishes, we'd all take a swim.
That's very good. That's very good. I'm going to write that one down because Kim came up with one last night too about reality stars being in their 16th minute.
Right,
Yes.
that was a
Yeah.
that's a
So I'm
That's
gonna,
good.
yeah, I'm going to write these down and
There's some
steal
that are
them.
in their 16th minute.
Yeah,
I
some that are
think the
in.
thing about reality stars is that eventually everyone in America is going to have been on a reality show, so we can stop it.
Stop it right now.
That will be the end of that. Okay, now that you've come out as a comic, and also Scottish,
Yeah.
here's the other thing I want to talk to you about.
Yeah.
As a journalist, I need to divulge to the audience that Alan and I hang out together. We are both chick magnets, and we go out to clubs. Can I talk about this just
Go
for
on.
briefly?
Why not?
Okay. Alan and I go out to the clubs on the Sunset Strip, and I'm telling you, the chicks flock to us. And a lot of it may have to do, or some of it may have to do with Alan's celebrity. A lot of it may have to do with my amazing good looks. But when the two of us are out together,
Tell you, it's
the
magic.
poontang is a flowing. Am I right? It's
Yeah.
just flowing in all directions.
What is a poontang?
You don't know what
Should
the
I take him out back and show him?
Yeah. Or better yet, hey, let Jackie
I've got
take
it
you
now.
out back. Because Jackie had one installed. So she can take you out back and show
I
you
get
a
it
new
now.
one.
I get it now.
How's that?
Yeah.
Mine's still under warranty.
There we go. Now here's the whole thing. Here's the whole thing. How much time do we have with this young man? Because at some point we're going to have the sex scene and all of that. But here's one of the things I want to talk to you about.
Yes.
You did the movie X-Men,
I did.
right?
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to name drop, but I will now that we've met. It's going to be all over the place. But Lauren Schuler-Donner, do you know her? She produces those
She's a
films.
producer, yeah.
I met her, I interviewed her, and she was really cool.
Yes.
For a billionaire chick, She was very hippie-like, I thought.
Yeah.
She's sweet, isn't she?
She is sweet, yeah.
Is she cool to work with?
Yes.
Oh, you hesitated
No, she-
there. I won't go there. I won't go
No,
there.
she's lovely.
I could, but I'm
Yeah, no,
not.
she's
Okay. Now, are you doing another one of those?
No. No, they didn't have me back for the third one.
Because they must have found out you're Scottish.
I think that was it.
Yeah, there's a lot of Scotophobia going on.
I tell you, it's rife.
Yeah, it's really it's scary.
I just did the X3 video game, and they invent a reason in the video game why I'm not in the movie. Isn't that clever?
That's mean.
What they do is amazing.
You know what?
But you don't have to do the whole
Those
makeup
people-
thing now, so you must be happy in a
I know
lot
how
of
to do
ways.
the voice.
You know what it is, Alan? Those people have not accepted the Lord Jesus Christ as their personal Savior. And I'm going to leave it as that, and we're going to go to a commercial break, and we'll be right back after this. And Desperation Squad are the tortillas.
Incarnation, it's one life, it's one chance, it's easily ruined. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Jett is not a forgiving person when it comes to the money, and not forgiving on that at all. But that really is a crying shame. And the whole thing is that for did Friends ever have a black person on it?
I don't think they ever. Yes, Aisha Tyler. In the latter episodes.
Was she a walk-on in the back?
No, she ended up having an affair. They hired a black woman, but they made her a whore. She had an affair with Ross and Joe.
Okay.
Why does she have to be a
And
whore?
Aisha Tyler, if it's who I'm thinking of.
No, it's no offense against her. Like they.
So we're.
I think she started out with Ross and then she ended up with Joey. So why does she have to be frisky in the pants?
Here's what
Just 'cause she's a sister.
You know what would have been really cool is to have the character that Lisa Kudrow played have an affair with Aretha Franklin. That would have made the show.
Interesting.
That would have made me watch the show.
Smelly Cat.
Yeah, silly smelly cat. Singing a duo of Smelly Cat with
my
Miss
God.
Aretha Franklin.
I see her with a guitar and all that cleavage right now. I see it right now.
Don't put the next part of that thing up. Just stick on the groove. The groove. Yeah, just groove it. Just get followed out. Throw in some mix.
Come in with the band. Watch my count, please.
God, do I love that country and western music. So fantastic. Mr. Cumming, I have so many things to chat with you about. One thing is this film you did called The Anniversary Party.
Yes.
Now, you want to tell
I
the
just signed that for
story.
your producer. That's the one.
I know you signed it. My producer is heterosexual.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
What's
it's
wrong with
crazy. Weird. But we don't want to talk about that. Anyway, here's the question I want to ask you about this movie. And it kind of, I have to backtrack here for a second. First, the first time I ever came to see Cabaret, I was running late, and I was planning on going to a party afterwards, had some X in my pocket. And you know how it had seats, you were like in a little round tables, crunched together? Well, I had been over, and my ecstasy fell out. And I left the party, left the show, was going to my party, and realized I'd left my X had fallen out at your fucking show.
I picked it off the floor.
Yeah, and so I was trying to figure out a way to get back to the theater, to get back in. Then you do this movie called Anniversary Party.
I see.
And there is the greatest ecstasy scene ever put on film.
Right, thank you.
And my suspicion is that some members of the cast have taken either some of mine or someone else's ecstasy.
I think that must have been that night at Studio 54. There was a little bag on the floor.
Yes!
I thought it was like headache pills or something, and the next thing you know...
You bitch, you owe me $75 for that was in that. My God! Who do you think you are? Okay, but here's the thing. Look, I'm holding it upside down. Like I'm George Bush. I'm from Texas. You forget. I hope
Faces were faces with all things, man.
Okay, but tell us about the X scene.
Well, I have I really think that one thing I hate in movies is bad drug acting or
that's true.
drunk acting. You know what I mean? People always, they take a thing of pot and they're like,
well, yes, I know, right.
And so I really wanted to make sure that, some of the people in the movie had experience of it and some of the people hadn't.
And their names?
And so,
naming names?
Alan Cumming had...
Alan Cumming had? Yeah. Oh my God, the Scottish guy!
Scottish drug user.
Okay.
And experimenter. And so I had a sort of ecstasy workshop where I said to everyone, okay, this is what happens, and you wouldn't... Because, people have very... Well, like all drugs, I think, people are have very misguided opinions about them if they haven't experimented with them.
Yeah, which is why they should. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for movies, in case they're ever cast in a movie.
Right, exactly.
But then, so I was very kind of... I thought we put the drugs in the film because it kind of made things happen. That it was very much a part of the story, and so I wanted to make sure that was properly,
Well, I must say, I think you got your point across, and I think here's my favorite thing.
Got similar hair from when I had my ponytail.
Yes,
Did you do that on purpose?
My whole life is I copy you. Wherever you go, I'm like 5 feet behind one like this. But the whole dancing thing, you doing this and going water, and he wants lollipops. Honey, I was so there.
Yeah.
I was so there with you on that. And now you're directing another movie.
Yes.
And you direct movies with your friends.
Yes.
Yes.
I try to.
And now we're your friends. Aren't we? And you'll remember that in casting, won't you?
Casting. This came from a casting meeting, actually.
And here's the thing. I don't need to fake doing drugs.
You could...
Right.
I'm like
he doesn't need a workshop.
The Stanislavski or whoever the fuck that was. I'm like right there on it when it comes to the drugs thing.
Good.
So just keep that in mind.
There's no drug taking in this film, though.
Okay, then forget it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what is the film? Tell us about it anyway.
It's about. I play this crazy cello teacher who takes in a waiter who he thinks is a novelist. That's played by David Boreanaz, and takes him into his house and sort of nurtures him, And
now you're saying a Jello teacher.
Cello.
Oh, cello. I was thinking Jello teacher and no X.
No.
That's.
No. And then basically what happens is I get really jealous and crazy and sort of, bitter, and I have a big fight with him, and I tie him up and torture him. And
did you write this?
No, I didn't. This man called Tom Gallagher wrote it.
Okay.
But I tie him up, and first of all we have a big fight, and he calls me a faggot, and then I bash him with a poker, and then you see me playing the cello, and then David is he's wearing these brown panties that I found in his bag, and I've taped him up and taped him to a chair and wrapped him in Christmas tree lights, and I switch on the lights and I go.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I say, who's the faggot now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you see?
Yeah.
Right.
Daddy Jack likes that. I'll go see it. When can I go see it?
Next year sometime.
Okay, I can't wait. Let me know. Okay, here's the whole thing. You did Cabaret.
Yes.
The musical Cabaret. And as I mentioned earlier, it cost me more than the $75 to go see it. And you were phenomenal in it.
Thank you very much.
That was some big shoes to fill, Mr. Joel Gray. And you filled them very well. And I saw your nipples in that show.
So more than my nipples.
I saw more than I said. You know why?
That's actually the question I had when I wanted to meet you. I was like, you know, if you think of cabaret, I think most people think of Joel Gray. I mean, and that's just natural.
Yeah.
What was it like to be approached to be the guy?
I did it in London first, and I did. It wasn't such a big deal. I mean, it didn't feel like that there. It was when I came to do it on Broadway, and everyone was asking me.
You were unaware of it?
I was kind of unaware of it, yeah, because he'd never done it on the stage in Britain. So I don't know. And then people, I don't know. I mean, and also I just done Hamlet in London, and so everyone. You're always very aware of who's done Hamlet before you, so I was kind of used to that. But on Broadway, like all these interviews, I said in one, I've never talked so much about someone I don't know. And then
about Joel Gray,
yeah.
yes.
And then he wrote me a little card going, "You think it's bad?" And my answer was, yeah, but he was sweet. He came to see it, and he was very nice.
Would you ever do it again? Because I'm sure. Do you get asked to do shows such as ours with our fine, entertainment that we have here, like to do, would you come do Money, or would you come?
Oh, not anymore. Like at the time and shortly afterwards. Like for a while afterwards, I would get like asked to go and do it in Japan or something weird like that.
Right.
But I sort of think once you've done it,
Right.
And also, I'm not the same shape as I was. I couldn't probably do it now.
And now you come out being Scottish, and that's really changed a lot of the whole way things work.
I've blown it.
But so you don't sing at all?
I sometimes sing.
You should be a rock and roller. Have you ever thought of that?
Kind of, maybe a roller.
A roller. Okay, yeah. Daddy Jack likes the rock.
Yeah.
I mean, Alan, you write. You've been in film. You do stage. You do music. You compose, as far as I know.
I've done a wee bit, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you write. You do everything. Is there one you prefer over? Like, if someone said, "Here you go, name your shot," what would you?
I don't know. Like, if I was sort of pinned down, I don't know. I'd probably just say acting. I mean, I just get bored, so I like doing the different things, and like the more you do those things, the more people ask you to do other things. So I don't know. Phases, I just think I just want to write, and right now, because I'm directing this movie and there's all this pressure, I feel I just want to be an actor for hire, not have to deal with any.
Let me ask you this, because this is a more important question, and that is this: if you had the choice.
I can't believe this is happening.
You know where I'm coming from. My crew knows where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Because she was asking about, which career move.
Yeah.
If you had the choice to perform 6 months in Branson, Missouri, 7 nights a week, 2 shows a night.
Do you know where Branson is, though?
You know what Branson, Missouri? It's where all those tired people go to retire. The theaters.
They have theaters. I know.
Yes. Yes. And so you do shows. That's all you do is shows. So if you had the choice to go to Branson, Missouri, and do 2 shows a night, 7 nights a week of cabaret, and this is for $1 million.
For how long?
For 6 months.
Right.
Or for one time and one time only, you could have oral sex with Barbara Bush. Which would you choose?
Would I have to give or receive?
Oh, no. It's not that easy. It is giving. It's giving. It's about the giving. I think he's going...
do, Barbara.
Oh, my God! She's the first one to get Barbara Bush. A good shot. She has hope now. My decorations, Barbara.
Just another loser on the wrong side of the sticks. Losing crazy women, semi-high guitar licks. But if there was one thing that would catch hold of his ear, it was the slightest mention of cheerleaders and beer. Yeah, cheerleaders and beer. It's a deadly combination. Cheerleaders and beer. It's a triumph of degradation. Cheerleaders and beer. We're gonna have fun tonight. That's right. She's a bad
sexy, smoky, manly. You get laid when you wear it. What is sexy? Well, it changes all the time. I think sexy is just being comfortable with yourself. Shame's not sexy. Shame should not exist. People are always going to try and change you and make you conform, and you are the most interesting thing about yourself. I think it's fun to know what's important. Who loves you, what you love, who you love. I'm not going to change for anyone, because at the end of the day, it's your essence that matters. I'm coming.
You. This is Alan.
Yes, we've had fun.
Okay, yeah. So we're gonna probably we go.
There was a time. There was a time in American tabloid publishing history magazines where the Barbershop magazine had stuff like this, and you didn't want to have it on the coffee table at home, and that's what it was for. It was
Can we show some of these? Yeah, we're gonna show some of these.
yeah. These types of things were basically for men and men only. Why? They weren't. They were for people who came back from World War II and wanted to recapture that whole manly thing.
Yeah, for men like me with a lot of testosterone, people like me and people like Martina Navratilova and Rosie O'Donnell, all of us like these books like this because we are.
How hard was it to find all of this, to put this together?
Well, there was a lot of collection going on.
Can we just point out for a moment that Kim Coles is being very Janice Pennington from The Price is Right?
Very.
Over here.
I am Vanna Black.
Vanna Black. She is the Vanna Black. Oh, look behind us. They're taking your job away. They've got your book over by Agra, which is very.
That makes a lot of sense.
You got to watch out for those fish attacking things.
Yes. Yeah, I will tell you this. My thing with Viagra is this. If a man needs to take Viagra, it could be God's way of saying, honey, you've had too much sex. And you don't need it anymore because... Now, what is Cinerama? Because this one gets me right off the bat.
Well, that's pretty amazing because there was a whole shadow publishing industry before the 60s and the second.
I don't think you'll understand, you'll never get the upper hand. I don't think you'll understand, you're gonna get a bad hand. Stop being a dick. Stop being a dick. You're gonna take your wig if you don't stop being a dick. Stop being a dick. Stop.
Hey, welcome back, welcome back. You know who's here to join us? One of my favorite guests. This man knows, he knows his place in life. The perversion parade marches on, and our next guest hopes that it will march right over him. Please welcome the man that is aroused by being trampled, Matt Trample. Hey, Matt, how are you, dude? How are you? It's good to see you.
Good to be back.
You know, I want you to know right now you're being trampled on by stars.
That's right.
And that should give you like an extra little...
I can feel like you when you laugh, it came up my
It gives you an extra little lip. Actually, Alan, you need to have a foot lower because that's where it's, let me just say, there's more cushion. Right in this area right there.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah.
Ah.
See, you see what I'm talking about?
Good idea.
Nice cushion, huh? Yeah. They don't make recliners and ottomans like that anymore. Let me just put that out there right now.
It means it's new meaning to putting a lift in his shoe.
Yeah! Don't write that down. Write it down. I wrote it down. Now I own it.
You got a rim shot from the back.
Thank you.
That's very good.
Okay. Now you know what? This is kind of my chance to be Suzanne Summers. Only a little more talented. I didn't mean that mean.
That wasn't. I didn't.
It wasn't mean. Okay, good. Alan Cumming, as if he's not rich enough, and let me get this out there, he's not sharing any of it with us, has come out with a line of products called Cumming. Now, why didn't you call it Alan?
I don't know. It was a toss-up.
A toss-up.
Yeah.
So now we have, tell me the names of the products. We have Cumming All Over.
That's a body lotion.
Body lotion.
Yeah.
Okay. So we all like that. Yes, very good. Here, Matt. Did you pass that down to Matt?
Is it a masculine thing?
Well, some girls. Well, it was just supposed to be for boys, and then like girls liked it, so we call it Beyond Gender.
Oh.
Nice.
But they all smell of the fragrance. You see.
Here,
these
pass
ones.
it down.
Yeah, I'd like to smell it.
This is called Cumming Clean.
That's the shower gel.
Look, and behind us we had this commercial that
That's a boy.
that Alan did. Look at him, looking so sexy. I'm going to show you all my favorite parts because I've masturbated to this online. What, is there, are there people like go, like no one ever masturbates?
Does that mean, you know what it means? That I'm in your spank bank.
I am, yes you are, honey. You're more than in my spank bank, but there's a little, wait, here's my favorite part. Here's my favorite part coming up. Oh, speaking of coming, there we go. This is coming off buff. You gotta love that. Here we go.
Oh, hello.
Daddy likes it. Daddy likes it. Oh, I missed it. Daddy likes the man thing.
It looks a bit wide on that big wide screen.
Okay, Cumming fragrance.
This is an exfoliator.
Okay.
And what is this? What is this?
This is the fragrance. This is my signature. Oh, look, you see inside there's all these pictures.
Of you or these boys? Oh, you.
Me.
Yeah, look at that.
That's a mighty big cigar.
That is a big cigar.
He thinks that perhaps Alan likes himself.
It's so big and thick. Isn't it?
Could it be?
I have good self-esteem.
Look, can we just show some of these photos? There's, ooh.
Is it a little bit of a young Paul McCartney thing going on? A little bit, maybe?
Yeah, now I'm going to ask you point blank.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Look, suddenly you're behind a bunch of Viagra. I like that.
These are all supposed to be like old fragrance ads. You see, that's my dog. That's like a Calvin Klein. I mean, Calvin Klein ad.
You know what? You wanted to be a vet at one time.
I did, yes. I did, but then I wasn't allowed to take biology at school.
What happened?
There was this nasty
He was caught ripping off my ex. I think it had something to do with it. Look at this one.
Oh, that's the Sophie Dahl one.
Plow. Somebody like to man plow into that. Now listen.
My man, what was it again? My man
plow.
My man tang.
Your man tang.
Yeah.
Where do we find your Cumming?
Right now.
Where do we find Alan Cumming?
Oh, you can get it at cummingthefragrance.com. And you get it, cummingthefragrance.com, and Sephora, certain Sephoras have it, certain shops. You know, they go on the website and it tells you.
Now, please tell me this. Please tell me it's not $800 freaking for a bottle of something.
The fragrance costs $69.
Oh, that's a good one. I gotta give it up for that. I gotta give it up for that. The man's on the ball.
Marketing.
On the ball. Oh my God. Write it down. Write it down. I own it.
How long is
And you're on the ball.
Yeah. Is this out and about? I mean, is it happening?
Yeah.
Where do they find it? Nordstrom, stuff like that?
I mean, like Sephora, cummingthefragrance.com. Others, you know.
Sephora's carrying, you can go to Sephora.
Certain Sephora's,
Look at Kim Cole. She's being your little
you should do the
Price
thing
is
like
Right
they do on,
thing.
you know, the Home Shopping Network.
Yes, if you ever, please let me do the Home Shopping Network with you. If you ever do that.
Oh my God, that'd be hilarious.
That would be really fun. Now, I just wanted to point this out. I've come out with a line of cologne called Jackie. And
Jackie.
yeah. And here's the whole thing. The difference between Jackin' and Cumming is Cumming is $69. Jackin' is free of charge. I think you know what I mean. All right. So that's just something for you to think about there.
That's good.
In your next entrepreneurial move.
Yeah, we should talk.
Anyway, tell us this though. What is next for Mr. Allen? Other than we know you're directing a movie, and we know. Here's the thing. Here's a question. A really serious question.
Okay.
You hang out with all these famous people. Love you. Is it? What's up with that?
Well, I don't know. I'm quite nice.
Are you a nice guy?
Yeah, I mean, you know.
He seems like a nice guy.
You do seem like a nice
He's
guy.
a Bond guy. You don't know how.
I mean, I know he's a movie star, and we've had them on here before, but none of them have as many friends as you do. Like, you did this movie anniversary party, and like you just called people and said, "Hey, man, show up at this time. Get your ass. Don't be late. You're not getting paid shit." Is that kind of it?
I mean, sort of, yeah. And you kind of worked with them before, and you know them, and you know they're doing you a favor.
Yeah.
of course, because, you know. But it's like you do. I'm sure you pull in some favour. I'm sure Kim's not getting paid much this week.
Oh, no, well, Kim and I have a little thing going on.
Right, yeah.
He's giving me a free bottle of Jackin.
Yeah. And that should do it. That should do it.
From a poontang. New word today, poontang.
Poontang, I love that.
Okay, here's the other thing, though. You work Parker Posey, because I'm a big fan of Parker Posey.
I love
What is
Parker.
she? Is she as
great.
cool as I think that she might be?
Oh, she's so good. You know what happened? It was our birthday party the other night, right? And we were,
And
all right, okay. We were smoking this joint.
And just a second.
I love when we do that.
Let me just pray for you for a second. Okay. Lord, forgive him
He's
for
not
he not
praying.
knowing-
He's trying to get some off his
Okay. Yeah, there we go. That's it.
And so the end fell off, you know, the lit bit, and we were
cherry is
chatting.
called in this country.
The cherry.
Yeah.
And that's
Not that we
something that
know-
means
somebody
something
told
else
us
where I
that.
come from.
Yeah.
And so that's your puntang's your cherry, but I so we were like, I said, I couldn't find it, and I was like, oh, never mind. And there was a fire near a fireplace, and I said to Parker, I can smell burning, Parker. She's like, it's the fire, it's the fire, it's the fire. And then she turned around, someone came to speak to her, and she's looking up at them, and she turned around to me, and her face was like this, because there was smoke billowing from my jacket, and the little bit had fallen onto my thing here, and got burnt a hole right through my jacket.
Oh, wow.
No. Yeah. But it was fine. Somebody else had another joint, so it was all right.
Yeah.
We found matches and.
Yeah.
Gave me the jacket for free. Who cares?
Yeah, that's part of the whole no drug left behind thing.
You're right.
You know.
There were no drugs left behind.
No drugs left behind.
That's you.
Okay, how much time do I have? Because are we going right to the band?
Yes.
Oh, because we're on a drug roll. Have you met our Mexican mime? He is our stage manager.
Oh yeah, I met you. Yeah.
Yes.
Mexican mime,
He
keep
is
doing all the
saying
thing, right, yeah.
to us that we have to now go to the. Oh, now they're saying this, and you know what that means?
Stretch it.
That means it means that my straight producer thinks you're hung. That's what. That's what. And so he is. With that in mind, he's allowing me to ask you another question.
That's nice.
And that is this. The other one is Jennifer Jason Leigh. Coolest chick. I don't know her, but she just appears to be a cool chick.
She's gorgeous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, on the opposite end of that spectrum is Gwyneth Paltrow. To me, she seemed a little bit on the snooty.
Oh, see, I don't.
Cold side.
I
a little
see.
bit.
I think in a way though that she sometimes comes off that way because she's got that kind of princessy thing, and in real life she's so not.
She's a really cool chick.
She's really cool.
Okay.
She's a real hoot.
That's just one of those things that you get on seeing someone on award shows.
Yeah.
Or
and also the first things that when she became famous is like that film I did with her Emma when she's all like oh Mr. Darcy.
Yes. Maybe that's because she plays those uppity roles.
Yeah, and the English thing. She does the English thing a lot. I know some people think that, but she couldn't be nicer. She's a real gas.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people that watch this show think that I'm like a mentally challenged drug addict, when in fact, I'm a mentally challenged drug addict. So,
you're only a few units away from being a doctor.
Okay, we're going to go to, watch this. Can you help me?
Oh, no.
Really?
Oh, God, no. Oh.
Should I throw it to the band?
Yeah, throw it to the band.
Stepping on his...
That's what I like.
Boys and
That's
girls,
what-
please welcome back Desperation Squad!
Welcome to the Drunk Fest! Drunk Fest, Drunk Fest! It's where we take the test. It's where we're at our best. At the Drunk Fest!
seconds! And we're doing Okay, let's have one.
I will bring the world a much greater gift. Immortality!
Okay, there you go. Now tell us your website one more time, because this is really all about your website. We want people to go check it out, because when you go to her website, you can really check out what the chick is all about there. BurningAngel.com. Real quick, Kim Coles, what do you think of porn? What's your vibe of porn?
I think if you want to lick it or stick it, do what you want. Do what you gotta do. I always wonder about the women though. Like, how do they? What makes you? We'll talk off camera. Because I want to know. How do you?
I think a lot of women have a problem with how do you disconnect from your porn character to being a woman in real life? I mean, there's got to be a disconnect, no?
Well, I mean, just like any other actress, you know, people like their jobs, and you sort of get into a certain character when you're being a certain role. And I think that there's a porn star inside of every girl, and then some people let it out for the
Oh, welcome back to the Queer Edge. The Queer Edge is more than just a wacky chat show with wacky guests. And by the way, you guys have been fabulous, and I just want to say that makes us equal. But this show is more than just about wackiness and kookiness. It's about learning. It's a learning experience. It's no child left behind. It's no drug left behind. And so this is the point where we ask our guests, what is the one thing that they've learned by being on the Queer Edge with Jackie Jett? And we'll start with you, Miss Jackie Inks. What have you learned?
I've learned that Cumming now comes in a bottle.
Oh, and you can spray it as well.
I can share.
Who would have thunk? Right? And the lady Kim Coles, the gracious lady Kim Coles.
I have to say I've enjoyed coming all over. Coming all over.
And can I just say this, Kim?
Right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Right. Can I just say this? We have enjoyed you coming all over too. It has been quite an experience.
It's musky.
Yeah. And let's go to you, Mr. Matt Trample. What have you learned today, sir?
Having a little time to think today. Maybe I'm Scottish.
You could be Scottish. There you go. Well, be open about it, and Alan will help you come out. How's that?
Excellent.
And Mr. Alan Cumming, what have you learned, pray tell?
I've learned that Matt has a really fat cock.
Hey, high five on that. Why do you think I keep inviting him back? Just to step on it. That's why he's here.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
My God. And not to mention the fact that he's a handsome guy.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Come back and see us tomorrow night. Desperation Squad, take us home.
Taco truck. Taco truck. It's not a restaurant, it's just a taco truck. Taco truck. Because it's at the box. You got the choice, it's a base, a liquor, or take a